So we all have videos on how to serve, how to return, how to hit your third shot.
But what about the fourth?
In this video, we're going to be teaching you exactly how to hit and execute the fourth shot. We're not talking about your partner. We're not talking about your opponents. We are talking about you and what are you going to do after you hit your return and you're up at the kitchen. If you stay tuned for this whole video, you are going to learn the 2 shots that you could maybe hit. Are you going to be hitting a drive or a drop? In this video, we're going to give you all tips and tricks for you to not pop the ball up to your opponent. In this video, if you stay tuned, we're going to teach you, most importantly, how to keep your opponents back and win more pickleball points. So make sure you buckle your seatbelts and stay tuned because this is going to be an amazing video. Let's go. The first thing that every single player has to do, and right now, raise your paddle up in the air. I, user 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, solemnly swear that you will hit your fourth up at the kitchen. If you want to play better pickleball and you don't already get to the kitchen off your return, which is your fourth shot, you're going to lose points and you're going to give away your advantage. The player that is up at the kitchen first, or that is more at the kitchen in your game of pickleball, is going to win more pickleball points. When you are up at the kitchen, you have the best chance to win every single point. So make sure when you hit your returns, the first thing, none of these tips are going to work if you're back at the baseline. When you hit your return, you're moving forward and you're trying to get up to the kitchen. When you're up at the kitchen, you can make contact above the net, and when you make contact above the net, you can be aggressive and win more pickleball points.
Agreed.
Now the next thing that we have to do is once you are up at the kitchen and your opponent is hitting their third, you need to anticipate.
Yes.
Anticipating whether it's going to be a third shot drive or a third shot drop is going to set the tone for your fourth shot.
And it's going to start your brain to begin calculating how you're going to respond to that to create your fourth, to give yourself the advantage.
Your goal is to find out if your opponent is a driver or if they're a dropper. Once again, your goal in warm-ups, and that's the one way to find out, is to figure out if they're a driver or a dropper. Now, Michelle, how do you figure out if they're a driver or a dropper in warm-ups?
So before every game, everyone has a couple dinks, but the question is, after they're done hitting those dinks, do they head right back to the baseline and work on their drives or ground strokes? Or are they working their way back from the dink in transition, dropping the ball in the kitchen, like I love to do, because I'm very much a dropper.
And now the thing is the higher level you get in pickleball, the more advanced you get, players are going to have more variety. The lower level in pickleball you get, players are probably going to hit more drives than drops.
Right.
But the main goal is, again, to determine what type of shot that your opponent's going to hit on their third shot.
Yep.
Now, it's so subjective on what to do with your fourth shot. But again, the main goal is to find out, are they driving or dropping the ball? Right. And the first thing that we are going to go over is if your opponent is hitting a third shot drive. We're going to teach you exactly how to hit the fourth. So make sure you buckle your seatbelts and stay tuned because this is going to be an awesome video. And after we're done the drives, we'll go into the drops.
Okay.
Let's go. So in this example, Michelle is going to be the driver, hitting her third shot, and I am going to be the dropper. Now notice where I am setting these cones. I'm setting these cones halfway between the net and the baseline. When you're hitting your fourth shot and you're up at the kitchen, you need to be aiming halfway between the net and the baseline. The reason why is because it's going to get the ball at your opponent's feet. Now, the first thing that we said in this video is if you can get balls above the net and hitting down into the court, you're going to be on offense. However, on the other side, if you can get your opponent to hit balls from below the net, in order to get the ball in, you need to lift the ball and hit it up into the court. They're going to be on defense. So the main goal is to not give your opponent a floater after they hit their drive. And that's what Michelle's looking for. So here's what you don't want to do. You don't want your opponent to hit their third, you pop the ball up in the air, and then them take you out. Have you ever done that? It happens to me all the time. my opponent drives the ball at me, and it's like you can't even get a hand on the point. It's
or
just
you
like
get mad at the person when you're the one who popped it up.
it's like you're getting blacked out.
Do you
It's
know
like,
what I mean?
and then you look up and it's 11-0 already, and they won the game, and then they won the whole tournament.
Or you get mad at me and then call me a banger, but you're the one who gave me the high ball.
And it's like you can't get a hold of the shot. You're playing bangers, and then you complain, oh, well, they were sandbagging, they were hitting the ball too hard, they're too good, they must play tennis and everything. Guess what you got to do? This is how you solve it. You aim at the targets. You don't want to give them a high ball. And remember, the driver, their goal is to get an attackable ball to get up to the kitchen.
Right.
When you're driving the ball in pickleball, beginner players that don't really know the game, they try to automatically win the point.
Right.
However, higher level drivers, their goal is to get a floater ball or a ball that's shorter so they can get up to the kitchen.
Right.
But if you give them this short ball, you're going to give them the ball at their feet and not up high, just like you did and
So what we're gonna
hit my thigh.
What we're gonna do is that
kind of
rhymed.
hurt.
But we're gonna take this for 1 second and pretend like I'm playing against Tyler. We're on opposite teams here, and there is literally no better feeling than when I drive the ball at him, he pops up and I smash it back at him. So I feel amazing right now because I won that point off of him. But if you want to stop being on Tyler's team and come to my team, you have to understand or realize what is happening so that you can put the ball back at my feet and then punish me for that drive. Punish me and put the ball down at my feet so I'm forced to hit a drop or a defensive lifted shot.
And this shot feels so bad. Again, there's been so many times when we've played and like they hit their thirds and then we float them up. It's so defeating, and it feels like you can't get into your game. It's just like your opponents have full control, you're blacked out, they're killing you, and again, it's 11-0.
You lose your confidence.
So here's what you want to do.
Yeah.
And this is what we want to do. Again, we are giving ourselves big targets. Now, if you want to take this a step further, yes, you want to aim at your opponent's feet. You want to keep them deep.
Yeah.
But if you become a perfectionist, what's going to happen? You're going to end up missing the ball out. So give yourself a big target, and that's why we're going halfway between the net and the baseline. So either A, you get the target, or B, you hit a little bit deeper, and you're going to play a better game. So here we are. Okay. Still, that was a little bit middle, but what did you have to do?
I had to stop because the ball was right here and I had to reset it. I could not drive that. If I tried to drive that, it would have gone out or in the net.
So this is a perfect example right there.
But that was just my natural instinct of playing higher level pickleball though.
Did I play the best shot? Did I want to do a better demonstration for this video right there?
Yes.
100%. But guess what?
It stopped
I aimed
me.
for the cones.
Yeah.
It forced Michelle to make contact here instead of above the net here, and it forced her to reset the ball.
It
now
stopped
I'm
my
able
banging. It set me back in my place.
to be in the point.
Yeah.
So look at that. Even if you don't hit the best shot, instead of her being here, being able to kill it, I'm blacked out, I get smacked up and can't do anything. She's right here. And now guess what? We live to hit another ball. Let's do a couple more, and maybe I can do it right this time. But again, that was good for you guys to see, because even if it's not perfect, if you can aim for those targets, you're going to be good. Here we are. There we are. And look, she's making contact below the net. And what separates good from bad players, and where a lot of players struggle because they don't spend a lot of time in this zone, is the transition zone. Not many players can play in that cone area.
Right.
And if you can get your drivers or players that are hitting the third shot in that cone area, you're going to win so many more pickleball
Wait,
points.
and I just thought of something too. Hit me that ball again at my feet and let me try to drive it.
Okay.
To show them what it looks like too. If you're playing someone who literally cannot hit a drop or has no control or experience yet to hit a drop.
Now let me try to not hit it. Here we are. Oh my God, that was just too good. Do it again. Okay.
In the net.
And it's in the net, and if she's able to get under the ball and drop her paddle, it's going long all the way to the fence.
Yes.
Now, a couple tips when you are hitting this ball, and we went over another video. We did a whole video on how to block back hard shots, so we're not going to get into it too much. You can click that link in the description. We'll put it up for you. But you want to make sure that you keep your body forward and you're making contact out in front. Where players go wrong is they either back up, they're unbalanced, they're not controlling their body, or they're making contact too close to their body. If your paddle's close to your body, you're gonna make contact close to your body. And when you make contact close to your body, the ball goes up and then you get smacked and blacked out.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Keep your paddle out in front, lean forward, and try to take the ball out in front.
Now you gave 4 cones here for targets, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get a little bit more in depth and talk about what each one means.
So each cone, you could think the yellow and the red cone over here and the yellow and the orange cone over there. And we'll bring the camera up here a little bit more so you can see it. So what Michelle wants to do, and we'll put the camera this way, I'll drive to you right now.
Okay.
You want to go in the direction that your opponent is not moving in. And what I mean by that is there's 2 things that I can do. A, I can hit my drive and go line, and Michelle's going to go to the opposite 2 cones. Or B, I can hit my drive and go middle. So here we are, I'm gonna hit my drive and I'm going to go middle. What you want to do is you want to go into the opposite direction that your opponent is moving. So if I'm going this way, where are you hitting, Michelle?
Towards orange and yellow.
Now if I'm going this way, where are you hitting?
Towards red and yellow.
Why? Because the most difficult thing to do, and what you want to get your opponent, you want to get them stuck, you want to have them sprint forward and have to make them change direction. Because even if they're running forward and they make this ball and they have to change direction, they're going to be getting contact close and they're going to pop the ball up.
And they're off balance.
Another way that you want to think of it is like it's like the old Renaissance or castles or medieval times and everything. You are not trying to let them take their land. You are not trying to let them invade your castle or your territory and everything like that. So you're up there, instead of having guns and cannons and everything like that, like my son and I are reading about, what are you going to do? You're going to keep them deep. You're going to keep them in the opposite direction. You're going to try to make them difficult, and you're not going to allow them to get ground all the way up to the kitchen.
In a nutshell, the 4th shot in pickleball is all about placement over power. You're not going to blast them out with your 4th shot. You're going to hit the ball in the opposite direction of which they're moving, and you're going to put it at their feet. But the only way you can execute those 2 things is if you can anticipate and read your opponent.
Yes, and anticipation and reading your opponent goes with time as a currency in pickleball.
Yep.
If you can give yourself more time or take time away from your opponent and understand where they're going to go, it's going to play such a big part in your game.
Yep.
Now, a big thing that you can anticipate, and this is always me, you get me every single time if you want to do it. I'm notorious for this. I'm kind of a all or go broke type of pickleballer. Here we are. So I like to hit my drive, and where do I like to go? If I have a forehand right here, where do I like to go?
In the middle?
Yeah. I was like, you better know this because she always beats me like this. But watch, I'm gonna hit my forehand drive.
The only way I beat you in drilling skinny singles is to catch you on the move. That's
and
the
here's what
only
I do
way.
every single time, right? So boom. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'm in the kitchen. But when I hit my forehand drive, I love to crash middle.
He's a train.
If you're ever playing and the train doesn't stop. So here's where I go wrong. I hit it here and I crash the middle of the court. Like Michelle said before, I'm a train. A train cannot stop. So when you have an opponent with a forehand that has a really good forehand drive, 9 times out of 10, they're going to crash the middle because what they're looking for is that next forehand that they can put it away.
Right.
But look how much court they leave.
I almost always try to go to whoever I'm playing, whether it's you or anyone, to their backhand as much as possible at any time in pickleball.
And if you could aim at your opponent's backhand, that's a great strategy to play more higher percentage pickleball.
Yep. And we talked about the drive. Now for the drops, it's very similar because what you're looking for is a ball you can reach out of the air to volley back at their feet in the opposite direction they're heading and to their backhand.
So I think another big thing that you need to be cognizant about is do not look where your opponent is going. Have a target or a visual on the court and focus on that. And what I mean by that is like it's very intimidating if you're playing at a local rec or something. You have a guy or girl that drives the ball and they're coming in like this. Don't focus on the person that's coming in. focus on a target. And you were saying you always have a target that you aim towards the backhand. I think that's huge.
And you should know before they serve the ball where your opponent's backhands are on the court. So for example, if you have two righties and they're serving from there, the backhands are where? On this side of the court.
Yeah.
So constantly come here. I know line's lower percentage, but their forehands are sitting here waiting for a duck to come to them.
And if you're playing a lefty, the roles are reversed.
And
how
you
many
have
times?
to constantly think about that.
That's very difficult. I continually struggle because I forget that they're a lefty because I'm so used to this open pattern. If I'm a lefty, let's try it, see what happens. Notice when I'm a lefty and I hit this ball, oh, look at that, down the line winner. But look, if I'm a lefty and I hit that ball, Michelle needs to go to the middle. The roles are reversed. She was going to the middle before what? It was right here.
It happens to me playing lefties all the time, especially dinking. Like when we were playing with Brienne, who's a lefty, usually the line's their backhand, that's her forehand.
Now the goal in order of priority, the first thing is, again, to get the ball low.
Yeah.
Because even if you hit to my forehand and I have a wheelhouse, I'm a train moving forward, and she hits to my forehand and I have to hit a low ball here, I'm still not going to be able to do anything with it.
It was the only way I beat you the other night. I was giving you, I kept seeing unattackable balls.
Yeah.
I can give you any ball at your feet. You can't get me at your feet.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
And where are you? You're up at the kitchen. I'm back here.
Unattackable
You're keeping
balls.
me back. And that's the goal. And it's not about just the fourth shots, the sixth to eighth. Continue to keep your opponent back.
And it makes me so, I just get bothered when I hear people at the courts, the rec courts saying, he's such a banger. No, he's actually not. No one's really a banger.
Yeah.
Anyone can and should hit the ball hard in pickleball. What they are is you, the complainer, are feeding them a high ball to hit down on. Stop hitting them high balls. Give them unattackable balls with your feet and the bangers disappear. It's magic.
And again, though, it's so difficult.
I don't know why I get so mad.
It's so difficult, though, and I felt it multiple times when we play and when I play. It's like you pop one ball up and then again, you feel like you just lose control.
Yeah.
So if you can give yourself a high margin for error, go at their backhand and not at their forehand or in the opposite direction that they're moving, you're going to be so much better off.
Do you want to show the drop?
So we spoke about the drive. Now it is time to get into the drop. What to do when your opponent hits a third shot drop at you. Now the first thing to specify or understand is that it's going to be much slower.
Yeah.
It's going to be way slower than the typical drive. So you have more time to react.
Evaluate.
However,
calculate.
You have more time to second guess yourself.
True.
And when you have more time to second guess yourself, and this is what happens with me, and you don't know exactly what you're going to do,
right.
I feel like it's worse than getting a drive to you. The drive, you can just think quick and try to block it back.
This, to be honest, this whole video can be, you know that meme where it's like there's all these calculations going around your head? It's pickleball in general. It could be a whole entire meme about all these calculations. What if this, then that, the other? It's all subjective. Well, the thing is you have to understand that if someone's going to be taking a drop shot, what is their purpose of taking a drop shot? Their purpose is to work their way up to the kitchen slowly and confidently, I would hope. Yeah. That's just what I do. It's people who are driving the ball, they want to power you, they want to pressure you, they want to get you back. So if you know someone's taking their time and they have confidence in hitting this drop shot that they're hoping is going to land in the kitchen, 50% of them don't land in the kitchen. So now that we're back to the fourth shot drop of what you're supposed to do against their drop, is you need to find out, is this an attackable ball that you can take out of the air? Yeah. And if so, where do you put it? And
again, this is where pickleball becomes so subjective and why we're not able to answer your YouTube comments to a T is because it depends who you're playing. Are you playing...
The answer in pickleball is always it depends.
Are you playing Clayton, who takes forever hobbling down the kitchen? Okay. I don't know, remember that old guy Idle Hour? It felt like Clayton is like an older gentleman's name. Okay. And I don't want to use old woman because I always use an old woman. So it's like, let's pick an old man's name. Okay? So if you have Clayton.
How about Tyler? Old Tyler.
So if you have Clayton coming down.
There are no old men named Tyler yet.
And he's going like this, slow, then guess what? You have a different time versus someone that's just coming up to the net that's named as Tyler coming really fast.
Someone named Zach Card who drops and appears at the kitchen in half a second.
Yes, so it depends. Like it depends. Are they coming up after a drop? Are they not? Do they wait to see if the ball's in? It's but again, these general rules of thumb we're going to go over and it's going to help you out a ton. Yeah. So the main situation, and we're going to zoom in here and we're going to just show the different ways that a drop
I'm going to drop to you.
Can happen.
So you can show.
is there are going to be 3 different things that you can do. And here is where not having a ton of options or having a ton of options hurts you. Number 1, you can let the ball bounce and take it here. Now that should have not been done on that ball. Number 2, you can take the ball out of the air, which is what I should have done on that ball. And then number 3, and this is where higher level pickleball players do it, and I'm trying to get into this, is instead of just thinking I can take it out of the air or let it bounce, I can move back and then finish forward.
I love to do that.
That's where I'm trying to take my game. If there's one specific thing in pickleball that I'm trying to level up my game to, it's this shot.
But you have to be very careful because you don't want to step back if you could have taken it out of the air.
And the moment that you step back,
It gets hairy.
But it depends on the height of the ball again. So again, I can either A, stay at the kitchen and let the ball bounce and block that drop back. B, I can take it out of air and block that drop back. Or C, I can let bounce move back and then finish forward and block that drop back. There are 3 different options that you can do. Now, a lot of people, where they go wrong, and it's not their fault, is in clinics and coaching, oh, take it out of air, 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 you have to take the ball out of air. So every single time they're trying to take every ball out of air, and it's not necessarily right.
Or going to help you get an advantage, because the point of this 4th shot is to get you an advantage to keep them off of the kitchen.
So how do we deal with this?
You got to evaluate the shot and then put the ball where they're not, at their feet. That's the same thing.
And the best way to evaluate the shot for the drop is by sticking your paddle out. Sticking your paddle out will solve all your problems. What you can't do, again, is you can't second think, and that happens to me all the time. Think about, oh, should I take it out of air? Should I let it bounce? Should I do this? Should I jump up and out 5 times? Should I walk around? No. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to stick your paddle out, and it's going to be a gauge. If you're an intermediate club level player, and I got to probably 4.5, 4.75 by just doing this without the step back, is when you stick your paddle out and you're up at the kitchen, anything in front of the paddle you're going to take as a bounce. Anything at or behind the tip of the paddle, you're going to take it out of the air.
Your carbon paddle has all of the answers inside of it.
Make sure to click that link in the description. Look at all this awesome carbon gear. I like that.
My glasses.
That's good. And these glasses,
Sick.
look at those glasses.
They're so comfy.
And they go clear
Polarized.
and dark, right?
Yeah. Are they dark right now?
Yeah, they're dark. It's pretty cool. So you want to make sure, again, you stick your paddle straight out, extended, and you use that as a measuring tool. Is it in front? Let it bounce. Is it back or behind? Take it out of the air. And that's what you're going to do. So we're going to demonstrate that real quick. And Michelle's going to hit some drops. And I'm going to use this tip if I should take it out of the air or if I should let it bounce. So here we are. Here, okay, that's out of the air. Here, okay, let it bounce. Ah, come on, I was trying to let it bounce. I wanted one, but I should have taken it out of the air. But here's the thing, I second guessed. So what happened with me right there is I should have taken it out of the air, but I wanted to let it bounce for an example. And then I wanted to let it bounce and I thought to move back. So I tried to do the option number 3, move back and swing forward.
Right.
But there wasn't enough time, and look what happened to me.
Now you ruined your opportunity to end and take control of the 4th shot.
And the main goal about all this is just get the darn ball back in play.
Yep.
If you hit it in the net, you 100% lost the point. We might crop it out, but how many times when we were starting to record, I would give you a floater. How many did you miss? 2,
right
3?
Into the net.
You can do that in a game. Everyone's not perfect. Even Ben Johns is going to miss an easy shot. Maybe not all the time. But again, I'm going to stick it straight out. Okay, that I'm going to let bounce. Okay, that I'm going to be in the air. All right, that was a good shot by me. Here we are. Okay, in the air. In air. Ah, come on. But where am I aiming again? I'm aiming at the center cone. And the center cones, again, you want to get it a little bit deep. Maybe you could switch it up one time and do like a little drop shot when your player's partner or opponent's knee is hurting and you can really rub it in.
I'm glad you blamed it on my knee and not my age. Thanks, hon.
But what are you going to do? You're going to give yourself a big target over there to try to keep your opponent back. Keep the ball down. Now, a big thing with this, again, is sticking your paddle straight out, trying to meet the ball. Don't let the ball meet your paddle. Let your paddle meet to the ball. Go to the ball and make sure what? You play with topspin, I think, a lot too.
Yeah.
When you're hitting these balls that bounce, if you're ever letting the ball bounce, where players go wrong is that they have this like dinking locked grip. So players will drop the ball. Why don't you try to drop it? We'll see if I can do it.
Well, Ty, also, I was going to say too, I'm sorry I interrupted you
No,
there, but
it's all good.
so we showed them how to make the decision. Now you're going to get into execution.
Yeah, and how
'Cause
execute
what are
it.
those shots and how do you
So
make them?
if someone drops the ball at you, you can either lean over and hit it, right? Lean over, and then you're just taking a volley. That's basically easy. Always have the paddle forward. So again, my paddle face is always going to be forward. My paddle face is open and forward. Why is my paddle face open and forward for most of them? You can close your paddle face, but if you ever make contact at or below the net, you're making contact below or at the net, you need to hit the ball up to get the ball over. How do we do that? We open up your paddle face. You want to think that a target's coming out the center of your paddle. If you're opening up your paddle face and the target's here and the ball goes, where is it going to go? It's going to go up every single time.
And I talk a lot about your opponent. My goal right now is to drop the ball in the kitchen so I can put him on defense. That's a defensive shot. So knowing what your opponent's thinking is going to help you take 3 steps ahead of them playing chess, not checkers.
Now, when I record these things, I feel like I just have YouTube comments and criticisms come to me while I'm saying this stuff.
Really?
And I feel like one that I would write to myself is, okay, well, you told me not to pop the ball up in the air, Tyler, and now you're telling me to open my paddle face, get the ball up. What
Open
are you,
the
like,
paddle face with control.
what are you talking? How
With
dare you
control.
revoke your certification all too long and everything. Look, okay, remember this with the drive. If I make Michelle, even if it's up, but I make her hit around her waist, she still can't do anything. Clearly, you don't want to be super up or the ball's going to go up. And you also want to hold the paddle loose. And that's a big thing too. You want to absorb the pace. You want to think of it as a block.
Yeah.
If you're holding the paddle tight, the ball is going to bounce and fly off. If you're holding the paddle loose and you can let that ball like kind of hit the paddle, so the ball's coming and you're absorbing it and then you're going, that's going to help a ton too.
It
And that's
demonstrates-
limiting the swing.
And it demonstrates control.
So another great drill that you can do for control is hit drives or drops, whatever you want. And all I'm doing is just trying to, look, I'm not moving my paddle. I'm not swinging, right? That's bad. I'm just holding my paddle out, blocking the ball back. Now, if the ball's a little bit higher above the net, what can I do? I can swing. If the ball's a tiny bit higher, one more, a little bit higher, I can hit down on it. One more, let's go. So if the ball's higher than the net, I can hit down. Look, see that? Now, that is very good drop. She won that point. That is very different than the lower ball. When the ball's higher, you're making contact above the net, so what are you doing? You're hitting down into the court. So you want to close your paddle face down and go down.
Yep.
Now, we talked about in the air volleys. Now let's talk about the balls that you let bounce. We're going to take a little break, and I hope you guys are enjoying this video. We actually tried to record this video yesterday, and our phone overheated. And the other thing is there's so many different components. It's so subjective.
It's the meme.
Is it a
It's all the
driver? It's a
calculated.
dropper? What shot? Is it the third, the second, the third? We're trying to put so many different like parts into this video and try to make it all flow.
And it depends on who the person is watching this and what level they're at and who they're playing.
So again, if you guys like this, I hope you guys are still watching and staying tuned, but this is just as difficult as driving and blocking the ball back, like
Yeah.
trying to put this all together for you guys. So get back to it. You're over there. We're going to go over how to hit the ball on the bounce and how not to hit the ball on the bounce. So if I'm letting a ball bounce to me and I'm not taking out air that we just went over, I'm letting it bounce. The one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to make contact around your feet. Now, the most stereotypical drill that every single pickleball pro does is what? You put some cones out, and again, what are you doing? Anything in front of the cones, you take out of the air. Anything behind the cones, you take off the bounce. Or sorry, anything in front of cones, you take on the bounce. Anything at or behind the cones, you take off the air. That makes sense. But what you don't want to do, and this is the number one thing, and this is why you would take the ball in the air, is you don't want to do this. And why don't you go over here so you're kind of in the camera as well.
Am I dropping?
Yeah, you're dropping. So
Okay.
what you don't want to do is you don't want to let the ball bounce and pop it up like that. Because either A, you're going to hit it out or be aggressive after your drop and move forward. Or B, what are you going to do? Oh, you're going to kill it. So what you don't want to do, and the main reason for it is number one, not taking it out of the air or not moving back. And number two is you're bending at your waist. You need to get down into your legs. If I'm going like this, I'm going to pop the ball up in the air and just give it to her like a sitting duck. If I get low, now I'm going to be able to hit it more forward. So even if I take it on the bounce, look, low, come on, don't hit the cone.
I couldn't if I tried.
I was going to say, there was no way that I was going to make that like pretty, but I was still going to get back. So try it one more time. Take 3.
What?
Here we are.
What was that?
Just give me a bouncing ball. I'm trying not to move back. Here we are. Okay. Look, still, that was a little bit, get back there. I'm trying to keep her back. But that one, you couldn't really absolutely kill me.
Right.
Because what? I got low. So if you can get low instead of bending this way, even if you're getting jammed and popping the ball up, unless your partner hits the cone or literally in a perfect drop at your feet, you're going to be able to get the ball back. And again, you're going to get them here instead of up here. This is death. This is, okay, well, maybe
I might stay
you'll
alive.
live to see another ball. Now, the next thing that you
Wait,
want to
I
do.
have something to say. If your glutes are not on fire when you're done playing pickleball, you're doing it wrong.
Yes.
In your squat, you should be squatting, no back pain.
Okay. That's going to get an increase.
Shouldn't have done that in the
That right there, when we look up the YouTube analytics, there's going to be like a giant spike
I didn't mean,
in the
I
YouTube.
should've
Like,
done
you
it
don't
like
understand.
this.
It shows where people drop off and where people go up. There's going to be like a spike, probably just even because of me, because I'm going to like rewind, but we'll go back to it. Okay, Tyler, concentrate. Now, next thing that you need to do is you need to get low, and also you need to kind of think that you're kind of like hitting a forehand. You don't want this continental dinking grip. And what I mean by that is you want this. Okay, she hit it below. Let's do one more. That was a really good drop. It's kind of difficult. Here we are. Okay. Okay, one more. Okay, there we are. So something like that. Now, the first 2 I did have to take a step back, and because it's difficult to like pinpoint and locate your drops.
And I'm the dropping queen.
Yes, your drops are just too good. I did have to take a step back, but the ball that would come, you wouldn't have to take a step back. It's here, and what you want to do is, look, I want to keep my body here. I want to stay down, and I want to go up with my shot. Now, this is kind of difficult, but what you don't want to do, and again, if you can't do this, if you can't get this yet, guess what we're going to do? We're just going to get our body low. That's priority number 1. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to get our body low. So if you have this grip and everything, guess what? You're just going to get down. You're going to hit it more forward, and your opponent's going to make contact around here. That's okay. However,
I was thirsty. I just played for 2 hours before this.
yeah, she did. So, however, though, if you do have this shot and it bounces, instead of going like this, you're going to try to go around the ball. It's kind of like a speed up and a forehand. You're going to tilt your paddle here, and then you're going to go up on the ball. So you're basically hitting a forehand speed up.
I love that shot when you're dinking and then you see the middle open. And they think you're going to hit a dink and you hit that shot.
But
is there a name for that shot?
Basically, the whole way to do this, and this is as simple as possible but really helps, is stick your hand straight out, put your hand to the side, and then do a wave. Stick your hand straight out, put your hand to the side, and do a wave. If you can just do a couple balls and even self-feed yourself and just work on here.
It's kind of like a dink, but you're pushing it.
You're going around. It's like a topspin dink, forehand speed up, whatever you want to call it, but you want your paddle to go here. What you don't want to do, and this is the only thing that you don't want to do and why players go wrong, is either A, they twist their wrist, or B, they go straight through the ball, or C, they take a big backswing. If you have a big backswing and you're not moving and getting jammed, that's not going to be it. Now, as we got more advanced, again, you can let the ball bounce and then go back.
Yeah.
But I'm still having trouble with that personally because I do not know when I should take the ball out of the air or move back.
Well, the guide is in your carbon paddle.
It is in your carbon paddle, but when do you move back to the ball? And that's what I'm struggling with. How do you recognize that type of ball?
The pace off the ball.
And that's, I was just going to say, I was going to say the
shot?
spin, but I meant, but it's just so hard to determine the type of aggressive shot. And I've tried when we've drilled together, I've tried to drill with you and be like, okay, I'm going to work on specifically detecting, anticipating if the ball is going to be here or if it's a type of ball that's coming with enough spin, trajectory, speed, all these different variables. Let me just get my calculator out that I can move back and hit forward. And I still can't recognize exact specifics. I can do it.
Could take some practice though, hon.
Yeah.
You might have to practice it.
And here's the thing too. The thing with all this
Maybe
stuff,
play
right?
more pickleball.
Is if you continually try to do the right thing over and over again, you're going to miss Sometimes you're going to guess wrong. You're going to look like an idiot sometimes. You're going to pop the ball up in the air or try to bend down and miss it. But guess what? You're going to play the percentages, and percentages are always going to win. It's
and
like
the more you practice something, the better you get at it.
Yes, and someone who hits the ball in 75% of the time is way more effective than 30% of the time. And where players go wrong, and probably you, a lot of people, including myself, if I watch this video, I'd watch this video, be like, okay, paddle straight out. Am I letting the ball bounce for the drives, doing all this? I'll go at the cones, right?
Where do I
Then
put
what's
the ball?
going to happen is you're going to go at the cones, someone's going to drive to you, you're thinking about all this stuff, and guess what's going to happen? You're going to miss one. And then you're going to try it again, and you're going to get frustrated. So then you're going to miss two. You're going to go, guess what? I guess that video wasn't for me. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to try to go revert back. But guess what? Overall in the game, those were 2 shots. You're hitting 100 shots. You still have to, you're going to miss 48%. If you make more, guess what? You're still going to miss. Those were just 2 out of 100 that you're taking.
Well, remember your shovel drop went all the way to that fence last night.
Yeah.
Or the other night.
It looked really bad.
Well, because and I was like, your paddle just needs to finish where you want it to go, and then you tried it again, and you got it because you're pure paddle.
So continually
you have to, like, figure it out
try.
in your own body too.
Yes, figure it out, but have the strategy and stick to the strategy. That's the main thing. Don't go out, try to do this twice, miss both your balls, and then quit the strategy and go back. Stick with the strategy. And the best way to do this strategy and stick with it is to what?
Drill.
Not do it in competitive ways. So you want to do it real quick?
Drilling.
Let's go. Let's show them exactly how we would work with the strategy. Now, the first way that you can do it, you could do it 3 ways. Number 1, kind of like the video format. Number 1, you're going to do drives. Number 2, you're going to do drops. And then number 3, anything goes. Now, a great thing to do is to put those targets out there. The reason why you want to put those targets out there is because if you continually train with the targets, I kid you not, and this is what I see, you're going to see those targets even when they're not there. You're going to do it so many times that you can visualize those targets on the court. Straight ahead, you're driving.
Yep, and you can put those targets out just to also trip your opponent.
Yes, let's take her out. Here we are. Okay, and then go back. Just get another ball. Always have a ton of balls. That's a big thing too. Don't just have 1 or 2 balls. Look, I'm trying to keep her back. Oh, she moved up, look. And Michelle did so well resetting that ball.
Thank you.
But here's the thing. Many of these players that you play will not be nowhere near as beautiful or high quality as the Pickle Yogi. Here we are. I actually didn't tell you, someone commented, they're like, the world needs more pickleball players with Michelle. I don't want to boost your ego too much.
Thanks, babe.
Here we are, let's go. So, always feed, again, have a ton of balls with you. If you have 1 or 2, you're going to be afraid about going to miss the ball and pick it up rather than just play it out with 0 expectations. Okay, there we are, kept her back. No. Oh my gosh. And what's Michelle doing? And this is another video. She's just trying to block the ball back. Be patient until she gets a good one. Okay, now. Okay, so at our feet. There we are, look. There we are, because I got at our feet. 2 more, and then we'll do drops. We're getting our drilling in. Told you we had to record YouTube. We're just going to do YouTube and drilling. I should let that go.
Yeah.
1 more.
I need to work on my drives.
This guy. Okay, I was a little bit short, so I left her up. Oh! Okay, let's do some drops.
Yeah. My drives, I was thinking about my elbow. Remember my elbow tip?
Yes, I remember the elbow tip. No, I don't. Here we are, right? Drops. Good. Oh, come on. Now I have to take that out of air if I am playing with 1 hand. So technically, because I can't hit a 1-hander drop. Okay, she's already up, but look, she gave me a high 1. Yes, come on. I'm not doing well right now, but guess what I'm doing? Here's the thing. Were all those shots while I hit the 1 net, I only hit 2, but did I hit those perfect?
No.
But guess what I did? I got the ball, not here. And if you can think that, you're just not going to get the ball here. It's going to make it much easier. Okay. Oh, come on.
I saved you.
You saved me. And mine, I made the wrong decision right there. But what did I do even though I made the wrong decision?
Get the ball
I kept my body down. If you keep your body down, even if you make the wrong decision, you're going to be okay.
Body down and paddle out can save any point.
And that's the thing. It doesn't have to be perfect, people. Here we are. Let's try and make some perfect, though, for you guys. Okay, so that on the bounce. Look how deep I'm keeping her. Okay, she just moved up somehow like a ninja. Oh, yeah, let's go.
I was going to try to do it to you.
Here we are. I thought you set me up with that to make me look good on the camera.
That's just what I'm
One more,
looking
one
for,
more.
hon.
Oh, come on, that was mean. Okay, now look. Okay. Now I was just here when I'm on this side for.
I thought you did that on purpose.
God, yeah, I did it on purpose. Just
really
save
thought you
me
did.
so you save my credibility for standing there like
Yeah,
this
let me be that accurate in
on that
life.
side.
I just wanted to hit that good drop at you.
What I was gonna say though, but you got to move up. You hit such a good shot, and I gave you the what not to do ball.
Did I?
But you didn't move up, so you took the ball here rather than up here. If you would have hit that drop where you hit me and you moved
Came
up,
in like a train.
you would have gave me.
Well, I thought you were going to fall over the ball
So
cart
here's the thing
and
again.
start the video
If you
over.
understand that instead of Clayton, we're talking about Michelle. She just waddles up to the kitchen and doesn't get up there. Guess what? You can cut yourself
You
some
just said
slack
I came up like a ninja.
You're not gonna. You
Now
got
I'm
the
a
one
ninja?
before, but that one you hesitated.
Well, I needed to take a little break.
And here's the thing: you're not slow
Did
physically.
I still win the point? That's crazy.
Yeah, because I stood like this. But you're not slow physically. But what do you do? And I think, right, you can move up the kitchen when you have confidence, but there's sometimes that you don't have confidence in your drop.
So I stay back.
So you stay back a slight bit. I do this too.
Well,
So
I mean,
for
it's kinda
example though,
smart.
Michelle, fit, fast, furious, speedy, just like our son, speedy runs around like this. But what does she do? She hesitates a little bit. So I'm gonna know
if
that.
I hit a high drop, where are you putting the ball at my feet? I need more space
Yeah,
and time.
yeah.
What are you trying to
So
say?
subjective, okay? Let me get all the equations
Let me just
out.
run up to the kitchen
This is
on a
like
bad drop.
calculus times 5. I was in AP Calc, by the way.
So was
No,
I.
or AP Stat.
And AP English. I know you weren't in AP English.
Well, I got
Mr.
major in,
ChatGPT.
I got major in finance, so go Hawks. Yeah. So now the last one that we're going to do is we're going to do a mystery box and we're going to do drives and drops. So get back there, try to move, or should I do it? You want to be up here or
I
back
don't
there?
care.
Let's go back there. Unless we only get a ton of views, then you can be up here.
Okay, I'll be here.
Okay. I'm sorry. Here we are. Ready?
No, what
Let's
am
go.
I doing?
So anything you want, drive, drop, whatever. I knew she was going to drop. Okay. Okay. I need to be in a forehand grip. What am I doing?
No, you don't.
Well, I'm leaving the whole side open for you. Here we go. Okay. Oh my God.
Thank you, ball
I'm
cart.
done. Do 3 more before I quit.
I'll take what I can get.
3 more. Come on. 2 hands about. Oh yeah, that was going to the moon. Okay, I'm gonna let that drop. And look how I'm playing with spin. That's a big thing too. Play with spin because if you're letting the ball bounce up here, and you're making contact below the net, if you don't have spin, court's so small, you're gonna miss it. Okay, I'm gonna let that bounce. Shouldn't have let that bounce, but whatever.
That was
She
confusing.
still didn't move up.
Well, because you're.
Get back
what are
there.
you
Let's go.
doing?
2 more.
Crop this out.
No. 2 more. 1 more. Look, I went in the opposite direction. Here's the thing. I actually forgot about that tip that you gave me. Let me just go in the opposite direction of her. Where's she going? Where are you going, Michelle? Here? Oh, look at that. Keeps her back. She's coming in that way. I'm going to go that way. Now, she doesn't like if I go up the middle for this because apparently her partner can get it. So that's okay. Oh, let's go. All right. Good job. Good playing. So that's the video, folks. Check out our links in the description. I hope we put this together for you guys at a decent rate.
Or we confuse a little bit more. But at least you'll think about your 4th shot.
Yeah. And again, if anything, if you're confused right now and you're like, what the blank did I watch? Aim at your opponent's feet. Get the ball back.
Hit the ball where they're not.
Keep your pal in front. Hit the ball where they're not.
Take it out of the air.
Understand your opponent's tendencies.
Or step back.
Take it out of air or step back. Or if you don't know how to step back like me, you're just going to take the ball out of air. Have fun.
And practice.
And you guys are going to be good. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. And I'll see you guys next time on the court. We'll see you guys next time on the court.